Welcome to CVTV News, your only televised news for the Stafford, Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania area. I'm Deidre Haven.
And I'm David Kerr. We have some great stories for you this week. Deirdre, why don't you start it off?
Well, let's talk about the relocation of the auction block that was blocked. So it's my pleasure to bring you this. After 18 months of public input sessions and a year-long community project led by the International Coalition of Sites of Conscience, the City Council decided to relocate the slave auction block located at the corner of Charles and William Streets. However, not so fast. On December 10th, an appeal was filed against moving the slave auction block in downtown Fredericksburg. E.D. Cole Building, LLC, and Local Holdings, LLC, owners of adjacent commercial buildings, filed a petition in Fredericksburg Circuit Court to block the City Council Resolution 19-100 to relocate the slave auction block to the Fredericksburg Area Museum. If the block is removed, the petitioners fear that they would lose business income due to the decline of tourist foot traffic to see the block. Their petition argues that only the Architectural Review Board can take this action and that the City Council has no legal authority to relocate the slave auction block. Should Resolution 19-100 be legally unblocked, the slave auction block will be moved by the Public Works crew on a custom-built pallet. This will happen in several phases and will be supervised by professional archaeologists of Dovetail Cultural Resources. The stone will be cleaned and dried at a city facility, then moved to the River Gallery, located in the Fredericksburg Area Museum, or we know it as FAM. At the time of the block's removal, a medallion, approximately the same diameter as the block and level with the sidewalk, will be placed on the ground to mark the location. In addition, a wayside panel will be placed at the block site. The city will then build sidewalk bump outs at each of the four corners of the intersection, expanding the sidewalk surface and narrowing pedestrian crossings. The Memorials Advisory Commission will lead a process to design permanent interpretive materials for the site, telling the story of African American history in Fredericksburg. So David, I hear you have something about college.
This is interesting news. Last week, Governor Ralph Northam announced that he would seek resources to provide free community college to low and middle income Virginians.
That's good news.
To the tune of $145 million for high demand job training. The plan is called Get Skilled, Get a Job, Give Back, or G3. And is this result of Governor Northam's statewide listening tour this past summer and fall, where he met with more than 1,000 businesses and community leaders in every region of Virginia. The initiative will cover tuition, fees, and books for in-state students who demonstrate financial need at any Virginia community college, and will include up to $1,000 worth of wraparound financial assistance per semester to the most low-income students. The additional assistance could be used for food, travel, and childcare expenses, considered a stipend. The proposal must be approved and funded by the General Assembly. If approved, Virginia will join 23 states, including West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Maryland, that have some form of free community college. Unlike other states, G3 is for any college, any age student, not just high school graduates. In order to be eligible, students will need to complete the federal financial aid application or demonstrate financial need in some other way, and are enrolled full-time or part-time in technology, skilled trades, healthcare, early childhood education, or public safety programs. In exchange, students will sign a community engagement agreement and complete 2 hours of work, community service, or public service for every credit hour enrolled. For a typical 3-credit course, that means the students will promise to give back 6 hours to the community. The G3 program will grow the Commonwealth's economy by helping Virginia businesses of all sizes fill open jobs. Virginians will again regain the necessary training and credentials to find good paying work. G3 will make its way to the General Assembly for a vote in January. Its prospects are considered good.
I've got some sad news for commuters.
Oh dear.
You don't want to hear this. Virginia Department of Transportation has good news and bad news. The good news is
famous line.
Right, actually. The good news is that there's a robust increase in the use of fuel-efficient vehicles. That's good for the environment, right? In 2018, the rise of electric vehicles, their use increased with vehicle miles traveled. Well, the bad news is the increased fuel efficiency reduces the gas tax income used for transportation improvements across the state. The state's road construction and other projects face financial shortfalls unless gas taxes or other funding sources are utilized. That means that state gas taxes could rise next year. This year, Transportation Secretary Shannon Valentine conducted a study of the sustainability of transportation funding given the increase in vehicle fuel efficiency. The study team, called Virginia Funding Sustainability Workshop, examined the issue and analyzed potential solutions. Stakeholders provided potential immediate and longer-term remedies, as well as comparisons to how other states are addressing similar transportation funding challenges. The final meeting of the work group will be held this month to review findings and recommendations. Earlier this fall, several mid-Atlantic and northeastern states, including Virginia and District of Columbia, said they are mulling over a cap-and-trade plan that would see drivers paying more at the pump. A cap-and-trade plan means a maximum cap is placed on emissions that pollute and gets stricter over time. The trade part is where companies buy and sell allowances that let them emit only a certain amount, with supply and demand setting the price. Trading gives companies a stronger incentive to save money by cutting emissions in the most cost-effective ways. The states and D.C. would then direct the revenues from the plan toward mass transit projects designed to reduce carbon emissions, which may include mass transit, electric vehicle charging, and other transportation infrastructure. The plan calls for gasoline and diesel wholesalers to pay the states for emissions allowance. Critics fear the wholesalers will simply pass the new cost directly through to consumers and are calling the alternative plan still a glorified gasoline tax. Certainly, Virginians are one of the lower gas taxes in the country.
That's true.
According to the Institute of Taxation and Economy Policy, Virginians pay 21.95 cents per gallon of gasoline. There is no report on just how much gas tax may increase next year. We'll be right back.